know it was.
Just reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Bart breaks his leg and he goes, "Oh, you got a broken toe." And Bart's like, "Ow, quit it." And a bump on the head. "Ow, quit it."
Oh, I didn't want to say quit it.
Oh my gosh,
Don't
that
stop.
made me nauseous.
You're
right. All right, well, welcome back to Fire's a Crowd, my friends. You are joined by your 5 best friends. We got Cam, Chris,
Hello.
Tony,
Hello.
and Zach.
Hola.
As well as myself, Austin. We're going to be doing a very popular rendition around here. This episode is called Ask Men.
Way to steal Tony's spotlight, by the way. He was supposed to host this one.
Tony, take it away.
Why do you got to make it weird, man?
I'm sorry. That's just who I am, okay?
That's just who I am.
I'm weird. I am awkward. Sorry, it was a perfect lead-in. He had a weird
It was. I'm
I'm a
sorry.
strange
It was a
guy.
good lead-in, and Tony didn't take it.
What's the movie where it's like, it's Friends again, where he's like, I'm Joey. I sniff ladies' underwear.
Yeah.
What?
It's the one where he's trying to hide the fact that he knows
That
About
Chandler and
Chandler and
Monica.
Monica.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zach's our Joey. He's
Yeah.
just, I'm Zach. I make weird, uncomfortable comments.
But he says, I'm Joey. I'm disgusting.
Speaking of disgusting,
Oh, man.
let's jump into it.
Okay.
Do we have one?
Hey, don't forget, if you hadn't seen the last episode where we pre-mentioned that this was going to be
right.
not safe for work,
Yes, not safe for life, probably.
probably not. This may contain a lot of explicitness, so
This is one of those ones where even you yourself as the viewer, if you are underage, click it
knock
off.
it off.
If you're related, probably pass.
Yeah.
If you know us in any personal capacitation,
Please.
go away.
Go away.
Or don't.
'Cause
Just
this
don't
is-
tell us that you listen to it.
And we'll know by your eyes.
This
But-
is just a good old ass man.
Good ass men.
Yep. Good
Yeah,
ass.
baby. What do we got, Tony?
Whoa.
What do the masses want to know
Well,
about men?
Oh, yeah. We opened this up to the peanut gallery.
Yeah,
so
we actually had one person who replied a lot
a
of questions.
lot of them.
A
Interesting.
lot of questions.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a good one.
So I'm trying to here. There was quite a few. This one will start off kind of more on the serious level
Okay.
a little bit. It says, how do you feel about your wives being stay-at-home wives / moms? As well as a follow-up, if you've experienced any type of resentment because of that, what are some of the ways you've worked through it or worked through that in your marriages?
Get a job.
Oh my God.
Get a job, you lazy. No, just-
My money, my choice. That's not true. but-
Jess and I work pretty equal. We work
Yeah.
both just as hard.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, everyone always likes to bring up gender roles. They want the women in the house. I'd rather be in the house.
No kidding.
I want to be a stay-at-home dad.
I will be a stay-at-home dad.
I don't think it matters which one of you does it, but I do think it's good to have at least one of the parents in the home.
Agree.
Focused on the children.
You should raise your kids, right?
Yeah,
100%.
exactly. So I don't think it matters if it's the husband or the wife.
What are you saying? Since me and my wife both work, calling us bad parents?
Here's the hard
Why do you
thing.
gotta make it weird, man?
I'm Zach. I'm weird.
I sniff
Does
women's
this question make you feel a
Right?
certain
Do
way?
you feel guilty about something?
Maybe.
No.
No. So that being said, that's the ideal for me, I think.
If you can
The
be in a
problem
position to
is-
do that.
Yes.
The problem
Yeah.
is this wonderful economy that our
Sucks horribly.
amazing leader, if you don't know, I'm very sarcastic right now, our incredible
Wait.
leader has put us in.
Are we talking about Kamala Harris or Biden?
Both of them.
Puppeteer or the puppet?
So amazing. Yes. I think it's safe to say though, neither is the puppeteer.
Hell.
Is it Jeff Dunham who has the old man?
Yes.
That looks
Yes.
like Biden.
Yeah.
But
The
a
old man
lot,
does.
it does.
A little bit.
But this current economy and stuff, it makes it almost. It's very difficult
It
to
is.
only have one person making
Right.
income.
It is.
So, luckily with Shaylee, she does have a stay-at-home job where she works. She works with this lady who has this pretty successful blog, and she does a lot of posting for her,
Oh.
and so she pays her for all that and stuff. So that's nice because she can do it at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you can, it's best to have one of you in the house and one of you making money. If she made more money than me at a job, I would gladly go home
Yeah.
and be the stay-at-home dad.
Yep. Have you seen that comedian where it's like,
Yeah.
where he's all, my wife's, I can't remember how he starts it, but he's like, for the past month or so, he's like, I've got to do the like wife duties. He's like, laundry, dishes, taking care of the kids, things like that. The crowd starts to cheer and stuff. And he's like, and I have to say, it's not that hard.
Or every time Bill Burr goes off about how being a mother is not the hardest job on the world.
It's the most difficult job on the planet.
Really? Are you a ginger working on roofs in summer?
July?
Hey, that sucks.
That's
I've never done
exactly.
it, but it sucks.
I'm not a ginger, but I
you
have
did
done.
that.
I
Where
wrote.
he talks about like, what is it? The deep sea fishing, crab fishing, or
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
The canary in the
That's
coal
really?
mine.
What?
Yeah.
You sprain your arm putting in another DVD?
It's funny.
All
That's
jokes.
how old that joke is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cracked a joke about a DVD player.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
that
Well-
question, by the way, was Kelsey Terry 7526. Thank you.
I did
So-
see an interesting statistic today, actually, that as of what was it in the 1980s, there was like 43% of dads. There was some sort of interview. 43% of dads had never changed a diaper, and now in this year that number's down to 3%.
What?
Wow.
What year
Well,
was that?
80s in the
You know,
Oh, in the
1980s.
1980s.
Yep.
That's been
Well-
sparked with a lot of things, though.
Where we live, this retirement community. I know a lot of our neighbors. A lot of the men are like, "I've never changed a diaper.
Yeah.
That was my wife's job. That was not my job."
So basically, yeah, it's just saying that like
I
men
was like,
then
"I have
versus
changed
now,
4 diapers today."
right? Men are so much more involved in
Yeah.
the child rearing than they were before. I do personally think that
In
women,
other aspects of it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do think that women are more uniquely qualified in some of the nurturing aspects.
Agreed.
100%.
yeah, absolutely.
So
I just want to throw down, and she's like, "Wait, hold
Right?
on. Let's use our words."
right, like right now, I'm good to wrestle with the toddler and like fight, the
That's-
12-year-old. I'm good to go, but like right now, Shaylee is all baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's breastfeeding, doing all that stuff. So I'm just over there like, oh, you're so cute.
Well, there's
I
a
love you.
cycle.
And then she takes care of her. And then I'm wrangling that wild horse I call my 4-year-old.
Yes.
And here's the big thing to understand is if you have a stay-at-home mom, if your wife is a stay-at-home and the husband works all the time, you need to understand that they're both a difficult job.
Oh, 100%.
One of them is you're dealing with kids all day long. The other one you're dealing with grown-ass kids all day long.
Yeah.
But at the same time, both parties need to understand that just because the husband comes home and goes, "Oh man, I worked so hard today and I'm the breadwinner, I'm going to come home and relax." No, you both need to help each other out, but you also need to understand that both of you need time to yourselves. Need time to relax and to unwind and, recoup.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people, in fact, I can honestly say that I personally know, I'm not going to mention how, but I personally know that there's a situation that some people think that because they work all day long, they don't need to come home and help take care of the kids. And
Chris.
Tony, how fucking dare you?
Chris and
It's not me.
Why would it be me? That was my. I'd come home and
wow,
I'd come home
like that
with.
Spider-Man meme where it's like, you.
Why is nobody pointing at Cam?
I just
I'm
did.
just that great.
no, because they asked on there how you deal with it or whatever, like the last question on how you deal
Yeah.
with it. And that's what I honestly, the mom needs just as much as alone time or time to recoup away from kids
Right.
as the husband does need the time. Just because he's gone from the kids all day long and is at work doesn't mean he's not dealing with another type of stress.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he needs time to come home and deflate and relax as well.
So my relax and deflate, decompress, whatever you want to call it, it was coming home and actually playing with Alden. And Lisa
Yeah.
she'd go, dismiss herself and go in the bedroom for a minute and read or do whatever she wanted to do. And
Austin,
stop it.
Sorry.
Stop it off.
Sorry.
stop it.
But she would.
It was just a choice of words. It was just an interesting choice of
I
words.
always have them, I guess. But she would decompress. Is that the word?
Stop it.
I'm just laughing.
Deflate?
Deflate.
Is that what you said? God.
she'd go unwind. Unwind? Is that whatever? Anyway, that's what she would do, and she would just go have some of her alone time, and me and Alden would go play around because he always wanted to play with Dad, and she's like, why does he always? There was a psychologist who actually did a big study about this, and one of the important roles of a father is actually the playing with children. Like for some reason, they interact, or the child interacts more with Dad when they're playing. I don't know why.
It's because the dad gets into it.
Yeah, that's probably because we're children.
Dads are way more fun.
I don't know what
Well,
it is.
I've seen the difference between how I play with our kids versus how Jess plays with the kids.
Yeah.
Jess is like silly but I'm like engaged.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I will
what
literally-
happened?
You're-
The Pink Panthers where? You
Yeah.
saw the footprints where?
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like, I'm
bro.
turning the lights off. I got the guns. I'm like, let's hunt this bad
Dude,
boy.
I'm that Karen in the restaurant. Like, why is there freaking hair in my pasta kit?
Yeah.
Take it back. I'm calling the police on this place, and it escalates, and we're like,
Yeah.
Well, I think
Eat your
we
food.
add to the imagination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I play fight with Jude,
Yeah.
and it's like he'll start to be like, okay, if this blanket gives you powers to do whatever you want, and I'm like, all right, but let's say like, and I add
invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like one up his imagination.
Oh, of
He's like,
course.
what? Well, mine. yeah.
Boom! I got you. Nope.
You know-
Force field.
on the.
Legit.
We were actually having this conversation, me,
Best
Jenny,
car.
and my sister-in-law, because we hear our kids play now, and it's they say out loud like what they're doing. They say like, and pretend like I did this, and pretend like you did this, and pretend like, and they're saying everything, and it's like no. You just do it,
Yeah.
and then you feed off of each other,
Yeah.
like
That
I don't
that
know.
actually reminds me. Another study I saw. This guy was talking about Legos, and they were trying to figure out why Legos were more successful with boys than girls, and they did a study by watching these children play with their Legos, and the girls, when they would play Legos, they would assign roles to like the characters. The characters were doing certain things. They were interacting with each other, all this stuff. With boys, they became the character.
Yeah.
So they were like little toy figure Batman. They were toy figure Batman.
Yeah.
You know, whereas
Yeah.
little girls were like, "Here's Batman, here's Barbie,
So
whatever."
first person,
they were
second
in
person.
it exactly.
It's like,
So
oh,
they,
Batman, I gotta
took
get my
on,
Batmobile.
Yep, they
Yeah.
took on the identity, and that's how they played.
Yeah.
Interesting.
100%. Now that you say that, I think about how I played with my action figures when I was little, and it's like I would always pick to be one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
That's
like,
why Andy was always in love with Woody.
Oh, you guys got action figures?
He was
that
in
answers
junior
a
high
lot.
because he was in junior high.
Andy wasn't in junior high.
We were talking about Woody.
That's when they went to
Well, then
I
it
don't
turned
know.
into Buzz Lightyear.
Holy cow.
Oh, what a
to
filthy-
infinity and
He
beyond.
What a
likes
filthy
Woody
child.
and then Buzz. Wow. And then
Lightyear
goes to infinity.
Likes it
and
groomed, huh?
beyond. Lots plugging
Oh,
together here.
gross.
All right.
Alrighty.
So we went way off the tracks on that. Is there something
we
we
kind of
didn't
answered
answer on that? Did we
No,
finish
so
answering it?
that was about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just our feelings on stay-at-home wives/moms.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
then
great.
if
I
we've
think it's
had
great.
any resentment.
if you can afford it, it's great.
I think the one, like, kind of on the resentment side of it, and I wouldn't even use resentment, but
harsh
like,
word.
there's times when I am at home and the kids do something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the kids did this, and Jenny's just like, yeah, trust me, I know, and it's like, it's one of those things where she's just trying to relate and say like, oh, I totally get what you're saying, but I'm taking it as like, let me have my moment here to
Right.
complain. Like, I get that you've experienced basically everything there is to experience here, but it's like, this is my moment, and I just need this moment.
So what was it? There was something about, do you need advice or do you want to vent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And asking that is very pivotal. Like,
Yeah.
are you wanting advice on how to handle the situation, or do you want me to just listen and vent?
Yeah.
And then that is
Like,
the
use
your
sometimes
words.
It's like,
People
was there a
don't want-
question mark at the end of it? No. Then I'm venting.
touche. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
That's,
Well, you're
that's
venting
man's
on me now.
mentality.
You're
I-
venting on me.
I just
Dude, the other day, after one of the podcasts, I went to like McDonald's or something, got like a sandwich, and Shaylee was awake and she texted me because she saw my location. And she was just like, oh, today was so rough. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And I came home. I didn't bring her McDonald's. The next day, she's like, remember how I texted you last night while you were at McDonald's? I was like, how'd you know it's McDonald's? She's like, I was just looking, just wondering where you were. She's like, I sent you that text hoping you would like be like, oh, and bring me McDonald's. And I looked at her, I was like, you know what would have gotten you McDonald's? If you texted me and said, hey, can you bring me some McDonald's?
I got the perfect one. Oh my gosh. So I'm out.
How dare you?
His eyes lit up. This is gonna be good.
Oh.
Look at it. This is the most awake I've seen him.
He's pumped.
So
Buckle up.
Kara was out running some errands, grabbing the kids. I can't remember what she was doing. But anyways, I was at home doing some stuff, and then she came in, and I decided to go out. As I heard her come in, I decided to go out into the garage and hide and scare her. And so as she's walking in, I popped out of nowhere, like a little dark outside, scared the crap out of her.
She didn't see your glowing luminescence.
No, surprisingly not.
Bioluminescent beard.
He hid in front of the white fridge.
Shut up, Tony. But anyways, so she turns around and like she hugs me and she goes, oh, you are just so handsome. And she kisses me and all this stuff. And she's like, I just love you so much. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I love you too. And everything. And then we continue on our merry way, go upstairs, all this stuff. And then literally the next day she goes, too bad we didn't have sex last night. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
When was that a possibility?
And she's like,
What did I miss?
she's like, remember in the garage how I was kissing you and telling you how handsome you were and how lovely you were and how I was just being so touchy-feely? That was me saying that I wanted to have sex. And I was like,
my God.
you know what would have got you sex? Telling me you wanted to have it.
Get that big boy over here.
No. Or this. How many times have they done that? And then you start like, why does it always have to lead to that? So you're like, okay,
All right.
I'm not going to do that then. I'm going to show you that I can show you affection too without it having to lead to something. Well, that was the time. Well, what? Ricky?
Well, she
What do you want from me?
she did tell me, she's like, I'm sorry that my signs weren't as obvious. And so it's funny, the next night,
Are you really sorry?
well,
Do you know why road signs are bright and reflective? So they're obvious.
well, the next night, we're sitting there, laying there, and I popped up out of bed and I took off my pants and I looked at her and I said, pull your pants down. And she looks at me and I said, that's how you put out a sign.
Attaboy. Yes.
Yes.
Here's your sign.
Hold on, did it work?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And that's what I told her. I
would
said, in
never
the
work.
future, that's all you got to say. Take your pants off. Okay.
Right?
Start doing a little sexy dance.
I don't know how many times we have to say it. You literally just say the words.
Yep. We ain't going to fight it.
Maybe she didn't really want to have sex, but she wanted you to feel like she wanted to have
She
sex.
wanted to use it against me.
She's like, this
She wanted to shoot you down. That glory of just putting you.
She's
in
like, oh,
place.
he didn't give me the option to shoot him down last night.
Who was it that shared the Spaceballs scene? Have you guys seen Spaceballs?
Long time ago.
So there's the scene when they're watching the movie Spaceballs while filming Spaceballs, and they get to the part where it's happening then, and he's like, well, when is now, and he's like, just then, and he's kind of like talking about, and it says that it's like when your wife comes on to you and says like, we had a chance, and it's like, well, when was that?
Yeah.
Just then. And like, kind of that, like,
I think I said that, but yeah.
oh man.
That's hilarious. I gotta
All right.
watch that again.
Moving on.
Okay.
Next one. This one, Shelby Lewis, 1422. What are your thoughts on vasectomies? I've had 3 children, 2 by C-section, and my husband offered to do it. He had said, I have done enough. Now it's his turn. He was very happy to do it, but most men act like it's so horrible. What are your thoughts?
Marry him.
I've never done that.
She is married to him.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's a keeper, okay?
It's
Mary.
If he's offering, because
See,
I didn't want to have my vasectomy, I'm not going to lie.
It's just the idea
I
of
did not want-
anything in that area.
It
See,
is.
I have to be an a-hole on this particular one because it's like if you're having a C-section, you're already cut open. Have them tie your tubes.
Efficiency.
Like, yeah.
Can they do it right after?
They
Jenny
can.
did.
Well, that's what the doctor offered too, because Kara with Ronnie, we were almost had to go into emergency C-section, and he was like, I don't know where you guys are standing at for next kids. He goes, but you might want to think about if we're going to go in for a C-section. He goes, I'm already in there. We're already on the table. I might as well tie you up if you don't want kids again.
Makes sense.
And so he was like, you need to make that decision. She ended up not going in for a C-section. And so, but
So this is a dumb question. When they say tie you up, do they literally like
Bro,
cut
I
it
had the same
and
thought.
then roll it and then like pull it through and then like whip, 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 and like tighten it? Like
I was literally going through this in my head the whole conversation. Or do they like put a rope or suture or whatever and tie it around it like a turkey?
I'm a fisherman, so I'm like thinking of a fisherman, not like they're just like getting in there.
See, I mean, yeah.
I think
do they
of like a
literally
cherry
tie the
stem on your
juicy
tongue.
part or they tie around it?
I don't know, man.
Ew.
That's next
You-
level. I mean, what is that?
This whole face in there.
Opa pit.
Ah,
Just imagine someone, look, I can tie a cherry stem in a knot with my tongue.
You're
you know
hired.
You know what I tied with a knot with my tongue? Your wife's tubes.
Garrody.
But no, yeah, Jenny had hers tied after Reggie while
so
she
she's
was
awake?
Uh-huh.
here you
Yeah,
go.
they just have an epidural.
Do they really
So-
tie them?
I got the
in a
answer for
knot?
you. Tubes are not tied. They are occluded or blocked with a surgical procedure. There are tubical clips and tubal ring procedures. So basically, they just
so
they
they
clip them
Or
off,
like clamp them or something.
clamp them, and clip them off.
Why not just say that?
I don't know.
Clamp.
Did you get your
Get
tubes
clamped.
clamped?
Yeah.
Did you get your tubes clamped?
Yeah.
Yep.
Word definitions
You know
matter.
what, though?
Yeah.
So in our case, so Jenny had hers done, but I still volunteered for a vasectomy because we did not want to take any chances. We nipped that at both ends.
Getcha.
And I have to say, the vasectomy actually wasn't that bad.
The
I was
hell, it wasn't.
with the
I heard it depends.
with the cyst situation that you probably heard at the beginning of this. I was terrified.
Did they
Yeah.
take care of that?
No, because they
Same time?
can't really, and so
They didn't like get in there and like squeeze
'cause
it
the-
and
Where is it? Is it farther
poke
down?
it with a needle
they're
and like
on my
squeeze the
testicles.
cyst
Well,
out.
where do they
Till it
where do
pops?
they do the
the
vasectomy?
vasectomy is like at the base of your shaft.
Right in the taint,
No, like you got the sack and the, shaft.
root at the root of the tree of life.
You got the sack and the shaft. They're like right
Oh,
here.
oh, why? Oh,
Why there?
oh, that makes.
You want to
sense.
know how I got these scars?
Oh gosh,
Does it look different? Be honest.
No, not at all.
does it look?
The scars-
Does it look more?
My
like,
mother.
The
More
scars
rugged.
disappear into the bubble gum, and so it's like
does it
Oh, does it?
look more
The
manly?
bubblegum. Oh,
It's like when you lose a hair in there.
it's like a weird brain. It's a
A
little-
Harry Potter scar?
I'm just over here thinking of, Jenny trying to be sexy and being like, oh, yeah, you like that? And Tony hitting the ground going, oh, no.
it's happened multiple
Touch me
times.
again, I'll kick you out the window.
Multiple times. She's going down there for a grope, and honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're close. Like I could
totally
tell
know that
like where
feeling.
they're at.
Proceed with caution.
That like drip of sweat.
Here's,
It's like,
here's a random question, like going off of that kind of. You know when you like mess around with like your friends or your wife or whatever, like you
What?
hit it.
Whoa,
Whoa!
Let me get out more words
Okay.
before you know.
Don't pause that.
I'm giving you the context. I didn't pause.
You paused.
Y'all interrupted.
You paused.
Valid.
it
Whoa!
was low hanging fruit. We
I
had to
say
take it.
when you like hit each other or whatever, and you're like messing around, right? You know,
Yeah.
guys, we do it,
Please
whatever.
stop.
Does your wife ever try to do it and actually like kind of hurt you? Like she'll
Down
come
there?
up, well, anywhere. She'll
Oh.
like be joking around and she'll like
Get you in the ribs.
like poke you in the eye or something.
You know
You're like,
what?
what the heck? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Jenny finds my sweet spot on my shoulder every time. So she can like give me a little
Ow.
slug like this, and she hits that sweet spot on the shoulder every time. I'm like, oh, and it's
Or
like,
like, here's the best example. Like Shaylee, sometimes she'll go to like tickle me.
stop.
But she's got
Rape,
those like
rape,
crazy
rape.
nails on there, and it's like she doesn't know how much force to go in with. So instead of a tickle, I just get stabbed with all
Oh,
these
you get
tiny nails.
Constantine.
Some claws on.
Yes,
oh.
And so I'm like, I know you're trying to be fun, but that really hurt. Go away. Like,
You know what?
stop.
I had a
Wolverine.
flashback of my childhood. I just had
You know what I
PTSD
mean?
of my brother.
You know what Jenny has done to me
Stop laughing.
before? So she kind of mixed two touches at once in her brain.
Martial arts.
She paralyzed him.
So because she'll like friendly grope me every so often. Like we'll be passing each other, and she'll give me a quick grope, And
Yeah, I get it.
so she had that thought, but also a thought of like kind of a jab,
you a
and she ended up bop. And I like dropped to my knees. She's like, I don't know what I was doing. I'm so sorry. Like,
Right?
She just.
I think my point is like,
Holy
like
crap.
Give her a titty twister.
I think the point I'm making is like, I feel
My
like,
bad.
I feel like the women don't know how to like play fight. They don't know how to like pull their punches or do it right. So they overcompensate and end up hurting more than like
You're over there
messing around.
just slightly, just giving her little slugs. And I was like,
Whoa, honey.
That's
Yeah.
like you ever see the Friends episode where Joey's dating the girl like that?
oh
She
yeah.
she just gets over playful and likes to punch him, but it ends up being like where it really hurts him.
Yep.
And so to overcompensate for it, he ends up wearing like
Padded
4
armor or-
sweatshirts
Yes.
or whatever, so it doesn't hurt her.
Oh, it's so
I
funny.
can't relate on that.
I don't either.
Jess doesn't
Oh,
do the play
Jenny
fighting.
did it to me another time once too, because I saw a Corvette, and so she jokingly was like teasing, like to keep me from getting hard around the Corvette. And so she goes, knock it off, and does that. But again, got me perfect. and I was driving. I was ready to leave the road. I was like, oh, like, it was just like,
She tapped you?
yeah.
Again.
Gave you a
She
squirrel tap.
finds, dude, it's like my right testicle. You can't touch him, think about him, anything without it hurting. And it's just, oh, it hurts so
Yeah.
bad. Or do you guys ever have it where you're on your hands and knees and they go to spank your butt, but the fruit's hanging low back there, and so they like catch the back end of the sack?
No wonder you need your own house.
I'm so. Is she pegging you at this point? Like, are you on hands and knees?
She just walks around with like a canoe oar with holes in it. She's like, honey,
No, but that one's happened multiple times from others.
why
Like-
are you on your hands and knees?
like?
So I walk around the house.
With the ball in your mouth. What's going on?
You know what? She's
I'm the
slowly
good boy.
and surely establishing
Has
dominance.
anyone
Yes.
ever like playfully gone to spank you though and hit the back of the sack?
No,
No.
I'm sorry. I want to relate to you, but okay.
I can't.
Is yours that low hanging that she's able to?
It
just-
wobbles to and
Dude,
fro.
I imagine.
All then spank me.
I
Like,
imagine
was
him
like,
on like hands and knees, but his chest is touching the ground, and he's just like arched.
right?
looking back.
My consist.
Do you like what you see?
He's like on the countertop.
You might just give it a little spank.
That reminds me of a Tim Allen stand-up one time. He's like, I was naked, bending over the bathtub, testing the temperature of the water. And my wife walks in and goes, ah! She's like, oh, it's you. I thought a goat had wandered in here or something.
I had a moment like that today where so Maple was chewing on her leg crazy hard, and so she bled all over our carpets. Been a big old mess. Had to buy her like a donut for her neck. Anyway, I was giving her a bath today to rinse off the blood from her body that got all over her legs and stuff. And I was naked, and so I shower with the dog. Like we have a detachable hose, so I can shower her while I'm showering.
I
too.
do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
you don't.
Efficient.
it's efficient. So anyway, I pull the dog out or Maple out, and I'm starting to dry her off, but I'm like naked, so I'm bending over and stuff. And so Jess walks in. I'm like, "Well, this is awkward." So,
Right when he's drying her undercarriage.
so then I go to like squat.
Who's a
like,
good girl?
Drop my ass to the floor. I'm like, this isn't any better. Like, I you dry her off. I need to get some underwear on. Like, this is weird.
You dropped
Don't
it, huh?
look at me. I'm hideous.
Drop your tail feather.
Honey, do you know where the peanut butter went? Oh, it was so
All we
weird.
have left is crunchy.
It was so weird.
Back to the original question.
Well, we went all the way.
But no, I do the same.
Haven't we
Shower
only
my
been
dog
on
in
one?
the shower.
Is this the second?
This is the
This
second
is
question
second
where
question.
What was
about
it
a vasectomy.
Oh,
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we
was
answered
trying to
that.
find it. I'm like, I don't remember what I asked.
Moving on.
Yes. No.
It's a psychological thing for a man to have someone mess with his testicles.
Yeah.
100%.
And to
That's
be, and
all
to
it
be
is.
down there
Yeah.
with needles.
Yes.
That part I was terrified of.
To expand on you say your right one is super sensitive. So,
His only one is.
well, no, it's the opposite. My non-existent one is.
Oh.
So
That's
I had.
interesting.
So I didn't know this, and maybe I think I've shared this with you guys. I was actually born with two, but one of them was huge. They had to get rid of it. And so the one that they got rid of, it's like all the nerve endings are in like one little tiny spot.
Ooh.
And so like my left one, totally fine. But if you touch that whatever,
Oh, it's
it's
Why
like
even
lightning
leave
bolts.
yeah, dude.
Why even
And so
have it?
I'm like you.
That's how
and,
it is.
And
yeah.
so yeah, you gotta like be careful around it. So that's why I'm terrified of the vasectomy, even though I'd only have to get one technical snip. It's
See,
still just
I
terrifying.
think it's that everyone. I mean, I assume actually. I don't know if this is how it is for everyone. Don't y'all have one that's just a little lower than the other?
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on the
usually-
weather.
Usually that one's the more vulnerable one.
The
For some
left
reason,
one.
it's like it's a little more exposed. So
they're like trying
that's
to
the one that
establish
gets
dominance.
hit.
The lowest hanging
right,
one's the
it's
more
like,
dominant
no,
one. Is like, oh,
no,
no,
it's me.
down here.
You get back down there, peasant.
Get in the back.
I think-
You ain't earned that right yet.
From a very young age, we become very protective because I think it's safe to say we've probably
Dude,
all been
I-
kicked in the nuts in elementary
I
school.
was gonna say, even Jude, like now he's had moments where he's taken hits there, and he's like embarrassed to say it. Like he gets like you can see the tears in his eyes, and he gets tense, and it's like, and like Jenny will try and talk to him, and I kind of like
Back up, woman.
I'm like, let me handle this one.
Not your space.
I'm like,
You don't know our pain.
That's when you kneel down with him and you're like,
Get
"Son,
used to it. That's life. It kicks you in the balls all the time.
I know the pain you feel.
Well, it's as the saying goes.
remember.
When a guy gets hit in the nuts, you don't see him asking for someone to do it again. When a woman gives birth, a couple of years later, she's asking, "Let's do this again."
There's a reason for that, though. You get something from that.
Yeah.
have you heard
Rewards
the?
are.
Have you heard the one?
Yeah.
Why is it a phrase of strength to say, man, you got a strong or a big pair of balls, and then
mean-
a
Oh,
weak
Betty White.
pair of straight? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But a weak phrase to say you're a pussy, and yet it's like, but yet it's the pussy that takes the pounding, and the balls that are the sensitive. One little tap and you drop like
Well,
a
it
sack
depends.
of
They
potatoes.
take a pounding sometimes, too.
Gross.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
And you bear through it because you're in a moment.
That's why balls of steel is the compliment because
Yeah.
you don't get hurt.
Yeah,
They don't
I think-
exist. I think they're
Betty
a myth.
White said that.
Yeah.
I do mean that figure of speech as a joke.
What
I
figure
have
of speech?
the where
Birth
the
thingy.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
birth
yeah.
thingy and stuff. I have heard that actually there is something when it comes to birth that it's like women just I don't know it's like almost it's like they forget about it almost.
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah.
something there that they can block it out. Whereas a guy, we're just too big of a pansy to not block it out. And
I wholeheartedly know
that's by
that,
design,
that
right?
God
Yeah.
God made women to give birth more than men for that exact
it's
reason.
true because if God made it to where men would have kids, we would only do it once and say screw you.
We would be extinct.
Well, yeah.
We saw what would happen. They'd be born, and we would resent them. Do you remember that?
What was the? Yes.
We were doing the labor simulation.
Yep.
Like, oh, here's your baby. Ah, she's ugly.
I hate her.
Get her away from
Can't
me.
believe you did this to me.
Oh man.
All right, next one.
I'm trying to find some good ones.
I like that one. Scroll up, Cam. It says, have you ever had a whore phase?
Yeah.
What was it like?
I feel like it would be exactly how you would think it was.
Yep.
Yeah. What's there to question?
A lot of showers and resentment.
There was one on
A lot
here.
of unknown numbers.
There's one on here. It was kind of funny.
Math doesn't lie.
So this is from Marshmallow's Mama. Why do all men not know about the evac button you can press to get the last dribble of pee out before you zip up?
I saw that, and I want to know what that is.
Evac. It's underneath your ball sack.
What?
It's your taint.
What?
You press it. You press it while you're peeing, and it beep.
What?
kicks out the
See,
rest.
mine, I kind of go.
This is news to me, so
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Like-
I've never used it.
I've never known
Oh
it
yeah,
existed.
so you know all those dribbles.
I'm
that
trying it
slowly
right
leak
after this
out.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those drops will see.
You talking like right from the
Underneath
beginning
the
of the
balls?
crevasse and forward?
Yeah.
See, I can.
You
I
just
can.
rub it?
No, you just press it.
I was gonna say, did you,
You can rub it. I don't know. I
you
just
like
press it.
squeegee it
do-
out?
See,
Does I know?
I
That's
kind
what
of
it sounds like.
squeeze mine out, starting from like you can feel the tube from within your scrotum, and I kind of squeeze up and it easily gets a good couple of dribbles out.
I just go like this.
Now we're all curious, so there's gonna be a line
Oh,
in the
so that's
bathroom
all the
after
drops
this.
on the bathroom mirror.
No, I don't do that.
That's nice.
See, with my testicles
drops
again,
on the mirror?
draining the pee. There's been 1 or 2 times I'm not careful enough, and I'm like, oh.
I've hit
But
myself.
I
in
do
the
the
nuts for
whole.
like
Yeah.
like literally like going like this, like ah, and like my hand just goes too far, and I'm like, ow. You're just like, oh, oops.
Did it to myself, so I
funny.
can't complain.
I've done it a couple of times at work where I've been throwing cases and I go to pull the plastic off or I do something and all of a sudden it like breaks and I'm not anticipating it. And my hand comes flying right back into me. There's a couple times where I've had to stop working and just kind of bow over a little bit and go, oh.
I'm gonna say a quick prayer.
Stomach. It's like, why a tummy ache? Why does there have to be a tummy ache?
Right? Yeah.
Have you ever had the
Life lessons.
Right.
the ones that suck the most are the ones where you kind of graze it and you're like, oh, wait for it.
Delayed.
Yeah.
I call that a turtle.
Creeps up on you.
These very shorts that I'm wearing, these gym shorts, they have a very strong elastic band.
Oh,
So I'll pull it out, to go to the restroom. And sometimes because of the fabric, it slips. And dude, it slaps into me. And I'm like, oh.
Let me ask you a question. Does your shorts have
No, it does not have a zipper.
the fly zipper? No? Okay,
What gym
never mind.
shorts do you know have zippers?
some-
Have you ever adjusted and rolled over it?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
well, we've talked
about this.
like where
Okay,
you're
we
like
have.
pinching or something. You
All right,
accidentally
continue.
like squeeze the ball.
Oh,
Even
why?
like not even a it's like you're a twitch of your hand. It's almost like you just like your hand just twitches and like not even a millimeter of pressure, and you're just like
Oh, that's what I'm talking
My-
about. I'm talking about when it's like building up pressure and it just pops out.
My
what?
favorite story that Bill Engvall tells is when he goes skydiving and he's like, I was drunk off my butt. And he goes, I jumped out of that plane and I hit that parachute. And when it came up, he goes, my 2 boys got stuck. And he was just like, I started screaming so loud. I sobered up so quickly. He was in so much pain. The way he describes it is hilarious. So he's like, he's trying to do it, all this stuff. And he goes, finally, out of the grace of God, they just slip and move back where they're supposed to go. And he goes, all that tension goes off. And he goes, I missed the entire jump. I'm about to hit the ground.
oh my god.
But he was just like, it was the worst thing because that parachute just lifted those straps right in.
Worst one for me, I can still remember to this day. I was younger. I can't remember how old I was. Like younger than teen, I'd say 12-ish. But you remember how you'd ride bikes bigger than you needed it. So in order to get off the seat, you had to kind of come forward and be over the bar of it. So I could do that. My feet could go flat to the ground just fine and not hit the bar. I was okay. Well, I was going to put my bike into the shed, and we had like a little cement pad right in front of the door. So the front tire was on the cement pad, but the back was back here. And I went to do that, and my feet went to the grass instead of the cement pad. So I went to the bar, and I full on. It was like caught and then like out the side. I started crying, like full on crying. My mom was in the garage. She had to carry me into the house because my legs were locked into like a fetal position type thing. She drugged me into the house,
Cerebral
dropped me onto
palsy.
the kitchen floor because I couldn't move. My sister was gone. She thought that was the funniest thing in the world. And I'm screaming at her, just crying. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, oh, it hurt so bad.
Oh my god.
From what I understand, all you had to do was just punch her in the boob, and she might have understood what it felt
Well,
like.
this was back when she was bigger than me.
Oh,
So
all right.
Bring her to your level.
I go up to her now. Boom. You know why.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
That's like the Dane Cook thing, huh? Dane Cook.
What happens in Vegas?
Yeah,
Oh.
the junk punch.
Yeah.
You know why.
What was the question?
Give us the next one.
Yeah,
Next
we
one.
were moving on to the next one.
All right.
I had one. Shoot. This is a classic one. So, this is from a whole bunch. So, Itty Pitty Chris gave us a whole bunch, and I'm kind of just skimming through them here. But boob or butt guy?
Butt.
Booty.
Legs.
I mean, let's be honest, both. It's just the
Yeah.
booties first.
There's a tier system.
Honestly, it depends on the day.
See, I'm with Zach.
There are days where Kara will show up and I see the boobs and I'm like, oh my goodness. But then there's days I see the butt and I'm like, oh my goodness.
And either way, he's
Well put.
Oh, wait. That's how you get pink eye.
Oh man,
That explains so much.
that's funny.
Gingers don't get pink eye. They're already pink.
Yeah, I'm already
well.
pink.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
No, it is.
Okay, I get
And
it. I totally get it.
Follow up to that: yoga pants or dresses?
Yoga pants.
Dress.
It depends on the day.
Again, both. This is the thing. It's always both.
It's-
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
they're all the
also-
answer.
It's all yes.
It's all. What's the word? It's like it depends on the
Situational?
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me-
Circumstantial.
Depends
Yeah.
on who they're on.
I'm going to plead the fifth on
Where are you
this one.
going with this?
I'm out. I'm
Don't include us in on this. This is you.
I pulled. I don't have a hand strong enough for this.
I don't have a face. I can't hold that.
freaking Kramer and Seinfeld. I'm out.
You know what I'm saying?
2 minutes into the conversation.
Like if there's a big lady and she's wearing leggings, not so much.
Well, that goes without saying.
No, it doesn't.
Some people are okay with it.
Some people like it.
It reminds me of, what was that?
I just
that movie with
assumed
Freddie
we were
Prinze
on
Jr.?
the topic of our wives.
Jessica Biel.
I know.
Okay.
She's all that.
No, the other one where they're the
Cajun
baseball one.
monster.
Oh, summer catch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's that one friend that gets caught hooking up with a bigger lady.
Uh-huh.
And he comes out into like a restaurant to all his friends. He's like, you know what? I can't hide it anymore. I like big women and they like me.
I can't remember what one of the friends like says something to him. It was absolutely hilarious. I can't remember what he says, but
That's a good show.
yeah, that's a great movie.
See, for me, what did we miss over
Went up a
here?
hole, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
That thing is like 12 feet deep.
That's why we told you not
I'm
to
like, help me!
not to include us in this hole. We walked away from that hole.
I dropped
Well,
the
what if-
shovel and went home.
What would have made it better if you said depends on who? My wife. Who is it better?
You're like, I'm like,
I love how all four of us went quiet. Depends on who.
I
We
will.
got the
This is
same.
what I.
We literally did what Cam said. We all just dropped our shovels and said, we're going home.
come on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Don't
See,
We will
Don't-
build a statue in your honor.
And what we'll do in the statue, there'll be a group of women in yoga pants, and you'll just be looking away.
They will all be holding up the statue. No, that's bad. Never mind.
Now here's the thing.
Hey,
There's nothing I can say.
take it from me. I'm the one who's like, oh shit.
And just call it a day.
Call it a day.
Next question.
But you know what I'm saying.
Did I
man.
stop?
You know what I'm saying.
This is for
now.
you.
If we're talking my wife,
That's who we're talking about.
Good
is
job.
Your wife, yes.
Not all of us.
Not all. No.
Just Austin.
Yes. Sorry.
talking about our individual wives.
There we
on,
go. We are
man.
all talking about our each individual wives.
it all depends on the clothing.
What?
But
What?
like it
Hold
depends.
on.
Like
Yeah.
she's got different dresses,
Okay.
and she's got different.
It's like a church
leggings.
dress versus a sundress.
Yeah, I like the sundress.
There's some leggings that are just stupid.
Yeah.
Some are.
True.
Yeah, some of them you're like,
Those ones that
the
look
weird
like that,
patterns and
like
stuff,
that
I'm like,
90s like tween age girl with
hate
the
'em.
weird pokies.
ooh, hate 'em.
What are you talking about?
Remember those weird shirts in the 90s?
Yeah.
Those are freaking weird.
The ones that like are this small.
They looked
Like
looked
the
like
frillies?
they came in a weird can or something.
But they're
Oh,
like
they
this
were so
big, and then they
pokey.
expand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're all pokey all over.
They look
Like they
studded.
make blankets like it.
They make
have
leggings
pants like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look dumb.
Lisa has a pair of leggings, and I get so conflicted every time she wears them. They're the ugliest freaking things I've ever seen in
But
my
they
life.
turn you on so much.
but with
But
two
the butt
T's.
turns you on.
See, for
She
me,
gets
it's,
real philosophical.
for me,
with
it's for me, it's shorts.
Profound.
those. profound. Sorry, profound.
Get it
Profound.
right.
There we go.
For me, it's shorts, and to kind of like elaborate, Jenny just bought. She likes to put on these comfy shorts before bed, and so they're kind of shorter, but like they're loose. They're like that loose fabric, and they're just short enough where it's like as she's standing there, they're just fine. But then she bends over, and the bottom of the cheeks kind of hang out a little bit, and they're stretchy, so you got a lot of movement. And she came downstairs yesterday in those, and I was just like, oh. As Zach would put it, oh my
Kids, go to
gosh.
bed.
My goodness.
Dad at 7:30.
Gosh,
Get in
it's
bed.
goodness.
I so badly want to be like, oh yeah, I know those shorts.
Why is Dad putting us to bed from
Oh yeah, the yellow ones.
Why am I putting them to bed?
Just to throw it in the joke.
It's like, why is Dad putting us away from the couch or putting us to bed from the couch with a pillow on his lap? Go to bed!
Like, yeah, she keeps picking up all these random quarters.
He's just sitting-
That took a minute to clear.
Yeah.
Just reminds me
Hiding in a
of,
tree?
Almost found that one.
It reminds me of Multiplicity, where she comes down to the kitchen and she's like, starts like kissing him, making the moves and all that stuff, and she's like, maybe we'll just go upstairs or whatever. All of a sudden, he just yells out, "Kids, bedtime now!"
Go.
She touched my peppy teeth.
Tell the wife I'm on the way.
Mike, I got an erection. Call the wife, tell her I'm on
The way.
If you could choose one celebrity to have sex with, who would it be and why?
Not answering that. No one.
Austin's still trying to climb out. All right, moving
My
on.
wife's a celebrity.
It's all right. My wife, she's on a vlog.
In this hole, I can't see anybody.
Oh, this is
Oh, fine, The Rock.
I knew it.
We knew all along.
I love it.
We will build a statue in your honor.
Just him riding a bull.
No, it'll be one of those rock things that we
It's a
looked
bull
up.
with the Rock's face on it.
Die doing what
Or
he
no,
loves.
the rock. The rock.
The rock
The rock.
that we AI'd last time. Here's an interesting one, especially where we're men. What do you wear to bed when you were in the mood?
Nothing.
Right? Gets
That's
the
the
point
best
across.
part is when they move the covers and you're like, hello.
You go to cuddle and it just like flops on their thigh.
Yep.
You wanna
Mine
talk
doesn't make
about
it past my
obvious?
thigh.
You're naked.
There you go. There's your sign.
There's your sign.
Take a hint.
Be
Yep.
naked.
Be naked or wear lingerie.
Be naked.
Okay, on the thing of lingerie, so this is still all from the same person. Have you ever surprised your wife wearing man lingerie? Never mind. I saw lingerie and thought that was going to go another way.
Zach has a story.
Wait, what was the question?
Have you ever surprised your wife with wearing men lingerie?
The only thing I can think
what's
of.
men lingerie?
I can only think of that underwear where
Like
it's
a
like
banana.
it's elephant with a trunk.
Is that really lingerie?
No.
So
I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
Like a bow tie around
Twice.
the neck and nothing else?
twice. There was one time I ordered off a Shinesty.
I thought it was like,
Shinesty underwear. It's the
the
ball hammock.
The ball hammock.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some of those.
It has one
work.
that's it's a Valentine's one that has like a bunch of suckers on it, and then the where the penis is, it's just a big old sucker.
Nice. Ooh,
Another
the
time,
candy. You know the necklace candy? They make underwear out of that.
they do. Another time,
She doesn't want hair in her candy.
Unless she goes to bite.
I know what the
Finds the wrong
second one
piece
is.
of candy.
I know what your second one is.
what?
It's the wrestling belt that Cam got you, isn't it?
Oh, I wish I have not
Why
done that
have you
yet.
not done that
I
yet?
have not done that yet. The second time, well, this was actually the very first time. It was her birthday. You know, for our birthday, they get in lingerie and all that stuff. So for her birthday, I got in her lingerie.
Whoa. You got in
lingerie
her-
for her? Wait.
No, I took one of her pairs of lingerie.
dude, that's
And
power play. I like it.
I put
Appreciate
it on, and she walked out of the bathroom, and I was just standing there like that.
Did you fill it out nice?
I don't know.
Well, there's not really space for it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
I
be
love the
space.
thought, hate the execution.
Now
I just
yes.
Yep, I did. I did. And she walked out and she goes, "Oh my gosh."
Hey, you guys had the same reaction. All right.
Hers wasn't the same reaction.
Oh,
Hers was, I
Different
can't believe you're
cadence.
doing
Same
this.
Yeah, same words, different meaning.
different
Yeah, you
cadence.
want to know what was really going on in her head? Great, he can fit in my clothes. That means I'm huge.
No,
That's what goes on in
No.
their heads, man.
it was not. She was actually fairly impressed and thought it was funny. But way to turn that into bad. Now you made me a little self-conscious. I'm not going to want to do that for her again.
You shouldn't.
You're welcome.
Kara, you're welcome.
your
I
titties
think
look
it's
better
funny.
in that than mine.
Dude, that's funny. I think that's funny.
That's
You
a
meant
good
it to
one.
be funny.
That's good.
I did mean it
I
to
feel
be
like
funny.
you got to
Yes.
have a sense of humor in your sex life
I
as
just-
well.
How did you fit it in there?
You just
Well, what it doesn't. We don't even know what he's worn.
It's a lingerie.
It could have just been a shawl.
it was a thong.
Oh my god! I was trying to give you an easy out.
sorry.
My God!
Sorry.
I went shawl, bro. It was a jacket.
It was a skirt.
It was a teddy with some shorts.
In my
Furry.
tits. They filled it nicely.
Yeah, that's
Push-up
what it
bra.
was.
You should have seen my ass. It was in a push-up chap. And this little anal plug that would like just fit just so nicely.
It parted the Red Sea.
That's what I'm picturing. One on each side. With the snake going up the middle.
Bro, he'd have to sit in some steamer for a while. Let those things get real loose down there.
Looks like a little Bert
How do you,
Mooney. Just hanging
how
out.
are you gonna arrange that?
It's like a group legs. It's like
It's like a pair of jingle bells.
Oh my.
It's like a door knocker.
Crying.
I'm gonna do that next time.
There's gonna be a next time.
Looks like jowls.
what is the weirdest thing you dreamt of doing sexually?
I dreamt of?
Like
Or fantasized? I don't know. They said, what is the weirdest thing you dreamt of doing
I
sexually?
think we just explained it.
Not I didn't.
Well, now.
Oh,
I don't know how weird it is in today's standards, but I really legitimately want to role play just to try it out one day.
I couldn't.
Yeah, did this achievement unlock last week? Lola Bunny?
Bugs and Lola.
Tony's in one of those like cheap bunny outfits. It's got like the plastic face.
It's like Donnie Darko style.
He's like, oh,
He's got a giant
what's
carrot,
up, Doc?
but it's not a carrot.
Oh.
I can almost break a tooth.
This bunny went carnivore.
He's got a jersey and some shorts and a little fuzzy thing on.
Chris eats a lot of rabbit.
It's kind of hard with those feet kicking you in the face.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Why did I lay that up?
Wow.
What's next?
You guys didn't answer that one.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I couldn't do the role play thing. I would laugh too much.
I do eat rabbit.
Well, but what's another weird thing that you...
I don't want to
What's
answer that one.
What's something you would like to try without knowing if you'd
Okay.
like it?
Okay.
Let's hear it, Zach.
Kara comes out in a singlet and she gives me a power bomb.
Oh!
Just does some wrestling moves. Just,
Pile driver.
Yeah.
Better hope she sticks the landing on that one.
She goes,
That could be tragic.
this is called a people's elbow.
Yeah. Here we
You
go.
like that?
Oh my
She
God,
gets you
that'd
all.
be so
she
funny.
gets you about the rear chokehold. She starts giving you a noogie. You like that?
All she has to do is just come out wearing nothing but that championship belt and saying, come pin me and take this away from me.
Can you smell?
I can see that.
Done.
She comes out in the singlet and she's like, I'm all for this, honey, but why'd you buy me a boy's outfit?
Along with a rock mask. He's like, oh yeah.
Can you
you
smell?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
What if?
I
what
don't-
if, in the rare occurrence, someone sends Dwayne the Rock Johnson a clip from this episode, and he's just like watching. He's like, "What the?" And then he hops on our video and comments.
Dude, I
That'd
would
be
lose my
so
mind.
What if it
funny.
was like? What if he just wrote, "What the?"
He writes in, he's like, what size is she?
The fact that he would acknowledge me in any way, shape, or form, done.
Done
I'd be
what?
okay. I'd
Done
be
what
okay
way?
with it. I don't.
In
just,
what way?
Pick.
All the ways.
I
You gotta. What's those things called? The order. You gotta an order from the court saying you can't go around him.
Oh,
court order.
Court order.
well,
Restraining
yeah,
order.
Restraining order. You're like,
Yeah.
I got his autograph.
that's a way to get a signature.
I know Chris's. All Lisa has to do is show up either dressed as Leia from Star Wars,
Go bikini.
or
I wouldn't say no to that.
or something elvish with Lord of the Rings.
Oh, dude, if she was an elf.
She just shows up in just the ears.
And then all she has to learn is like one elvish quote too and say it to me. And I'd be like,
And you're like, oh, so profound.
you shall not pass.
No, you shall. You shall.
No, come back. I'm just kidding. Fuck, you fools. Fly, you fools.
I tried, honey, but all I could find is this Gandalf outfit.
Chris is like, that's enough.
Gray beard and hat and everything.
Or it's like a hobbit.
really
She's got like
committed.
some super hairy feet.
She comes dressed as a hobbit.
Smeagol. Yes, my precious. My precious.
Holy
Carrot, ketchup, bitch. So juicy, sweet.
I'm like, no, go away.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, precious.
No.
It's like that Dave Chappelle when when he's talking about Ohio and he's like, there's all these meth addicts and he's like, this lady came up to me, she's like, hey man, I'll suck your dick for $5, man. And he's like, yeah, $2.
What was
Spiegel,
that?
get out of here. After. You're done.
Is that Dave Chappelle? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We likes it raw. Wiggling.
Oh my god.
We warned
about
you.
you,
We
Tony?
warned you.
I'm trying to think of mine. I can't think of one.
I forgot what the question was.
Fantasy. You already said you're
I already
role
said
play.
role play.
Oh.
I think I'd be the same.
An elf?
Oh, no, I'm all like the Princess Leia gold bikini thing. That's always been a.
I don't know.
I would
think
take an elf over
Mine
that.
would be very, very stereotypical.
Elfish.
I feel like either like teacher student or
Schoolgirl.
doctor patient.
Nurse.
Yeah, like nurse patient.
Time for your prostate exam.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Right. She actually pokes you with a needle. You're, whoa, okay, chill. What are you doing? It's just water.
Gives me an actual prostate exam. Ah!
Honey, you should go get that checked.
That feels very large.
Is that how it's always supposed to be?
Could have clipped your nails.
I can't. I can't think of one.
She had long nails. I could have been killed.
I can't think of
How
one.
about a computer nerd?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That really does it for me.
I mean,
IT person.
an IT person, real
No.
super techie.
No.
You know, just starts dropping that lingo. Maybe
Pole dancing for
maybe
you.
talks
Did
like
pole
Tony
dance.
Stark.
Pole dancing's great.
Yeah.
What if she talks like Tony Stark?
No. None of that does it for me.
I'm the
Just,
dude who plays
you know.
it.
I'm the dude who plays the dude disguised as another dude.
I think you said the pole dancing. I think like a nice little strip tease.
Someone else said the pole dancing. It wasn't me.
Oh, I just heard pole dancing. I don't know.
It was me.
I was gonna say, please say someone said it. If I'm hearing the voices again,
I should have let that one ride out. I should have let that one ride out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, next one.
Something profound. For sure.
She dresses like Einstein and just.
E equals MC squared.
I don't
Princess-
understand this one.
Comes in like Stephen Hawking
What
with
about
the talk
Princess
box.
Zelda? She could be Princess Zelda.
Bro, I'd be down.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe like
Like the
Halloween
ocarina?
night. Halloween night. Maybe she dresses like Catwoman or something. I don't know.
There you go.
There you
A little
go.
bit of leather.
Why's it gotta be Halloween?
Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman.
Women.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman.
All the Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway, Michelle Pfeiffer, the Lenny Kravitz's daughter,
Halle Berry.
Halle
Are
Berry.
we talking yoga pants or the dresses here?
Leather yoga pants.
Gotcha, bitch.
I don't get this one. Maybe you guys can break this one down for me. How many times a week do you guys think your wives will have sex before it gets suspicious?
Twice.
Suspicious?
Yeah,
Suspicious.
What?
Of what?
that's why I'm confused by this.
Before it gets suspicious.
Like cheating on me? Like how many times a week
No.
could she have sex with
With someone else?
I think
someone
it
else
means. I
until
think it
it's-
means. When do you start getting suspicious of maybe that she wants something? Like
I don't
if,
care.
if you start, like if it starts becoming 4 times a week, are you going to be like, oh, okay, what's going on? What do you want?
No, you don't want to ruin it.
I'm not ruining whatever she's doing.
Keep
doing it.
It's like when you're
Look
trying to like
harder.
approach a sweet animal and pet it. You don't want to ruin. You got to go slow. You don't say anything.
Try harder.
You just ignore it and let it come to you.
Starts purring.
It's like before it becomes suspicious, at least 100.
You're not
least
eclipsing that mark.
I will forego any sign
like-
like I've never seen
Okay,
it.
I'm getting
Yep.
this now. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never ask.
I will
Ignorance
play
is
it.
bliss.
I will play
Yep.
it aloof.
I will play man and pretend I see no signals.
Jenny will just straightforward come and ask, so she won't, like, yeah.
She
Doesn't
won't
use her
reward
body
him.
as a weapon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Darn.
Actually,
Bro,
she does,
okay,
but
I got
then
one.
it's a very, very horrible weapon. Like,
Huh?
like the other day, I mean it like she uses it like she like flashes it in my face and then doesn't follow through.
Oh.
Like
Yeah, you got to commit.
That should be a crime.
right?
Every house-
Punishable by death.
Leading the witness.
false advertising.
Object.
All right, go Cam. You said you have one.
It was on the other question. Remember GoldenEye?
Yes.
Remember the bad guy or girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember how she would kill her
Natalia.
victims?
Not
Yes.
Natalia.
Squish them.
No, Famke Janssen.
Squish them.
Yeah.
Remember how she would kill her victims?
Squish them with her thighs.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of hot. Anyways, continue.
I like all the memes where it's like,
Puppy like you mean it.
when we say sit on our face, do you mean hover? It's like, no,
Suffocate me.
I will tap
I
out.
don't want to breathe.
I will tap out. Mom, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
What is okay? This is a different person now. Tammy Flanagan, 6218. What is your childhood secret?
I killed a man.
You would.
No, it wasn't me.
I think one that comes to mind. It's kind of stupid, but in first grade, I wrote a note that said "F you" and put it on the teacher's desk when she wasn't looking.
What happened when she saw it?
So that's the best part. So you remember in elementary, like when you're doing your homework in class, and if you had a question, you go and line up at the teacher's desk, and you each take your turn to ask a question.
Yep.
I was standing at her side to ask a question when she found it, and it was one of those things where she was like, "Who wrote this letter?" And I look out over the class, like, "Yeah, like who did this? Who wrote it?"
How dare you?
And kids,
This
of
is
course,
where
were
that
like,
kink
"What
was
letter?
born."
What letter? What does it say?" and stuff. And she's like, "That's not important. I just need to know who wrote it."
Says fun.
Did it actually say F or did it say?
Oh, I spelled it correctly.
Nice.
2 letters.
Hard K. Hard K.
It's not hard.
This is where his kink was born. He's like teacher student. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
F you? Yes.
Jenny walks in. Who left this note on my desk? With a ruler.
Yeah.
Is it a promise?
Oh, look, I'm already on all fours. How weird.
Who's been a naughty boy?
Aim high. Aim high.
He wears special shorts now. He's like, aim for the green zone. Aim for the green zone.
I just wear a cup at all times.
Fairway, fairway, fairway.
You get in the red zone. This ain't happening tonight.
Oh, man, that was good.
You guys have any other secrets? Any
Childhood secrets.
childhood secrets?
Childhood.
I do, but I'm not disclosing them.
They're secrets for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, they're no longer secrets if you disclose them.
Okay, then moving
I
on.
got nothing.
Oh, there's the sex with a famous person
I
again.
hope your teacher's listening to this podcast.
She's dead.
Yeah, remember? Haven't you seen that meme? It's like teachers now, and it's like some hot lady. And it's like teachers when I went to school, and it's Sylvester Stallone, long hair.
In the 90s, like, yeah.
It's so true, dude. You never saw news articles
you're
of
talking
teachers
about-
sleeping with students.
It was the gym teacher. Gym teachers now.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
They're like young
teachers
and
then.
hot. And then teachers
Stallone.
long hair. Dude, our gym teachers were haunting, bro. They were so scary. Oh my God, they were scary. It was like the Tiger King mixed with steroids. It was just out there, man. It was wild.
Although I do have to say, my 6th grade teacher, she was hot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
We're
had
talking
a-
PE though.
Yeah.
No, not PE.
But in junior high, my art teacher was very attractive.
Yeah.
And she was younger, not married.
See, that's my 6th grade
You're
teacher.
drawing
was just-
her.
Every dude.
Wow,
Every
who's
dude.
this? This
My-
area right here is
Like
really
Rose off of Titanic. You're like,
Draw me like when you're a French girl.
And my 6th grade teacher, she was just newlywed.
No,
But-
none of mine. I'd have to like dig deep to be like, oh, she could be hot.
Yeah, most of them were.
I think that's
older
kind of.
women.
I'm trying to think back. I'm like, I don't think there was a single one. I think there was a few like substitute teachers that were cute. I wouldn't
Sometimes.
say hot.
What
You're
was it
grabbing.
about the substitute teachers? Right?
They wouldn't. It's
Ooh, I had
It was
one.
that passing beauty. They'd be there for a day or two, and then you'd know they were gone forever.
Jess was a substitute teacher for like a year. And I was
Oh,
just
dang.
like, you're that girl.
You are the one.
You are the one. You're breaking hearts. You don't even know it.
I was a substitute teacher for a year.
You weren't breaking hearts.
Back at home, he's parting the Red
Thanks.
Sea.
He was breaking hearts by walking in the door and them going, "Oh, it's not her."
It's not a female
She's only a
teacher.
memory now.
Nah, you got to admit, all the male teachers were the fun ones.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
Zach walks in as a sub. They're like, "Oh, we're getting away with everything."
Brings the TV behind him.
Although I do have to say I got one kid suspended. He was.
Oh,
He
so
touched you the wrong way.
Yeah.
You were the
Zach,
fun
show
one.
us on this doll where he touched you.
No. So we were in
Too
gym. I substituted him in gym class. It was junior high. I substituted him in gym class. And he's like running around, yelling at all the kids, cussing at him, swearing at him. And I had to like tell him, like, dude, okay, you got to stop. And I was like, you do it one more time, I'm kicking you out of class. You're gone. And so he stops. Well, then the next day I'm substituting another class and he comes walking in and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, fuck." And he just throws his hands up in the air. And I was like, "Okay, you're gone." And I took him to the office and they suspended him. It was like, there was like 2 weeks left in school and they said, you're done for the year. Go home.
Really?
Yep.
So they rewarded him.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah.
That's all it took. I would have been dropping the F-bomb left and right. It's like, Tony, it's the second day of school. You're not doing it.
I needed a nap.
Here's a fun one. If your life had a theme song, what would it be? And then she put in parentheses, pick one for each other.
Wait, what was that?
If your life had a theme song.
Theme song.
I'm trying to think what I'd pick for you guys.
They're coming to take me away. Hee hee ha.
Can you smell what the rock is?
Is that a song?
What's his theme
It's
song?
his theme song. That's his song.
What's going in the background?
I mean, I can play it if you want me to.
No, that copyright.
No, it's not.
Well, what's his one song? The one that's like, gotta be, power, blah, blah, his rap.
Oh, his rap.
Oh.
It's about drive. It's about power. It's about.
Yeah.
Just because Tony cracks his own joke or says this all the time, Tony's would be John Bon Jovi living on a prayer.
But we're halfway there.
We're still halfway there.
living on a prayer.
I like it.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
That's a hard one.
There's too many songs.
Biden's would be Puppet Master.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Trying to think of a metallic song.
Here's strangest dreams you've had about each other. I'll be honest, I don't know if I dream about you guys.
I don't think I do.
Like you guys are probably like featured in my dreams, but I'm not dreaming like about you.
We're
Yeah, that makes
NPCs in the background.
Yeah, basically.
Running into the wall.
Yup.
I don't really dream. Period.
Oh, I dream.
It's
all
rare.
The time.
I
I
do
love
too.
it.
Rare.
You
I
have
used
to
to, I
dream.
used to dream a lot.
I dream every night.
It's fleeting too when I wake up. If I remember something I was dreaming, it's gone. Like
Dude,
very
dreams are
quickly.
I love dreams.
I love.
I do
dreams
too.
so
Like I'll
much.
try to stay asleep because
you try
I
to-
can't. Like,
if you
I'll
wake
be
up
in
and
that
like
state.
try to write them down, you start to remember more.
You have to dream.
I remember
need
when
a
I was a
dream
kid.
journal.
Dreams.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to control my dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Lucid dreaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to.
Dude, I did.
There's ways to like train yourself to do it.
Because
too.
there were a lot of dreams that I had where I would realize I was in the dream, but then
Yeah.
when I would try and control them, I couldn't.
There's-
It was almost
yeah.
like I couldn't control my own body. And
Yeah.
it would almost be like
I
I'd
had
freeze
those-
in frame and then I couldn't do anything.
I had those as well, but I remember one. I was a werewolf hunter, and it was freaking awesome.
I remember you
was-
telling us that.
There was one I
Yeah.
was in some type of scary movie or whatever. Some monster was coming after me, and then I realized I've had this dream before. This is a dream. Then I was like, I wasn't scared anymore. I was like, heck yeah, let's go for it.
That's cool.
So
Here's a question, because this is an Ask Men episode. Why is it when you're growing up? Because I haven't had one of these dreams in a long time.
I noticed.
But like,
Nice to meet you.
what about the sexy dreams? Why do they always end right when it's getting to the good part?
Because you wake up thinking, eject, eject, eject.
No, you're
I
like,
think
you're
I
like,
wonder
you're
if it
getting
just
in the
it
groove.
does. It
things,
just like
things are going, and then all of a sudden it's like your alarm clock goes off, and you're like, no.
that's true. Like they're always at the worst time.
Yeah.
It's similar to, I mean, like kind of on the nightmare side of it, but it's like you wake up right before you hit the ground when you're falling. It's kind of the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's so weird.
You know, it's
Dude,
funny. The other day I had a dream like that, and
Who was it with?
with Kara, it was with Kara.
I'm just kidding.
It was. And just going to town. Well, next thing you know, I woke up and I was literally going to town. Like my body was just a
Sheets
your
all
hips were
wrapped.
moving?
Sheets are all wrapped around you.
Well, the funny thing is I like woke up and I was like, oh, that's awkward. And I was like, wow.
There's a hole in the drywall.
Feathers
So,
everywhere.
you know, I get up and I'm like, well, got to pee really bad. So I go to the bathroom and I come back and I sit down and I realize Kara's awake. And she didn't say anything. And so like,
Well, and she's not gonna believe you were dreaming
well,
about her.
and the funny thing is later on the day, she tells me, she goes, just so you know, I kind of had a lot of dreams about us last night. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did too. And she's like, you did? And I said, yeah. Did you not notice me like air humping this morning? And she's like, I thought you were just
bed,
having
like,
one of
a
your like,
seizure.
that's what she's like. I thought you were just having one of your fits in the bed. And I was like, nope, that's what was going on. She goes,
Repetitive.
It had rhythm.
Been moving like this.
It had rhythm.
She should have just gone along with it. Probably could have been the best sex of her life.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah, you lasted more than 5 seconds.
whoa. When did this turn around
That was
on
a whole
me?
rim cycle.
A rim?
Rem. I heard rim too, so
Ram.
Ram cycle.
Wait, which vowel are we using here?
Rim ram.
All of them.
Oh,
Rim, ram, ram.
That sounds terrible. Lisa and I used to have dreams and like we'd be sleeping and we'd wake up in the middle of it.
There was one time Jenny woke me up and like I was like aware of it, but I wasn't. I was like foggy, and then about halfway through my brain finally clicked what was going on. It was so hot. I'm like, man, if I could wake up to this every time.
I do that all the time.
Wait, like you woke up and it was happening in real life?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I went to bed before Jenny, and then when she came to bed, she made the move on me
Oh,
And
no.
you were asleep?
in
no.
my sleep.
Did
yeah.
she know you were asleep?
Yeah.
That's rape.
If that's rape, I'll take it.
Oh, no.
Night after night.
I'm the opposite.
You're like, it's not that bad. Okay, that was
We joke.
No, we don't. It's serious. We joke. Leave us alone.
No, I'm the
I'm
opposite.
really in this hole alone, aren't I?
About another 15 feet down there.
We will make a statue in your honor.
No, I'm the opposite. I will be dead asleep, and then I will instigate it with Kara, and I won't know about it until we're about halfway through, and then I wake up and I'm like, "Oh, we're doing this? Okay," and I'll just go for it. And then Kara will ask me. She goes, "At what point did you wake up?" I don't know. At this point,
Oh, so
she goes,
she's awake.
yeah, she's awake.
Oh, yeah.
She's 100% awake. I just instigate it. I just go for it.
I think that's what I'm going to go with next time. I'm
I'll
just
just-
going to make a move on Jenny. But sorry, I was asleep.
Just keep your eyes closed. That's all it takes.
Just start snoring.
Oh, God.
So do you guys both sleep naked? How does that always happen?
Oh, we don't know. Like, we sleep with our garments and pajama pants.
How do you navigate
Kara
that?
usually has a shirt on.
Bro, you
as
can't
well.
navigate that in the dark?
I
They
mean,
got to buy new garments.
he's asleep. So you ripping holes?
No, I just taking everything off like normal. I don't recall ever doing it, but I just do it.
It's like sleepwalking, but he's
Yeah,
sleep
see,
undressing.
ends up
Yeah.
naked
Wait,
a lot.
us too. Like we were asleep
It's sleep sex.
and clothes.
And-
Either that, it'll be to the side. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Dude, I'll be honest. When I fall asleep, I am out.
Oh, so am I apparently.
Yeah, I'm
No,
out too.
like I don't even move.
Oh,
well, I
He's a
I
statue.
will wake up in the same position I fall asleep.
not me.
That's the best.
I
I don't think
sleepwalk.
I've ever had that.
I
ever.
am like comatose, bro.
no, that must be nice.
You should see my cycles when I wear my watch, dude. It's like flatline.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I need to get one of
Mine's
those. I'm
all
curious.
over the place when I look at mine.
Does the Samsung watch do that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to
All
do
the
it.
watches, all of
I
them.
need to do it.
So Jess, because when Jess was postpartum, she would show me her sleep cycle while she was like having to feed Lucas every 2 hours. She's like, look at this, and her thing would like just barely dip to sleep and then go back
Oh,
up.
that's terrible.
Oh, she was getting terrible sleep, dude.
The worst.
And then I'd look at mine and I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, mine too.
Y'all shaking it.
like oh gosh,
Yeah,
I can't
mine's
show you
squiggly.
mine. So anyway,
Any last minute questions?
Go for one more. You got one more?
what was that last one? We are all over the
Fantasies.
place. Oh,
I mean, we
that was the
answered
last
No.
one.
No,
No.
it was
Oh, theme song.
no.
I
Yeah,
thought
it was.
I
How'd
thought
that-
of one. Oh wait, I already
That
said
was
mine.
you. You said
Mine
it.
was Catwoman.
Yeah, but you said a
The
question.
leather.
Oh, that was way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that was way back.
I
Yeah,
don't
you said a
remember.
question.
Oh, I
You
said the
how
dream.
about this?
I was the dreaming about each other.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah,
we
yeah.
got
Oh,
on the
yeah,
topic
yeah,
of
yeah.
dreaming.
That's
Okay.
right.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
What is, I don't know if I want this to be the last one, but what is something you're really good at but embarrassed that you're actually good at it?
I don't know.
I
What
don't know
is
either.
something you're good at, but you're embarrassed that you're good at it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Like, so this just like, not that I'm good at it in any possible way, but like the thought came to my head, like twerking. Like a guy twerking is usually
You're
kind
good
of
at
funny.
twerking?
You're good at twerking?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I could get down.
I don't know.
I don't know if I am.
I tend to always go on the side of caution. I don't think I'm good at doing my job, but
That's confidence.
that's yeah.
See, that's what's tough is like not to sound like a downer, but it's like I don't think I'm good at anything.
I get that way.
You know what I mean?
Perfectionism or something.
Like there's nothing out there that it's like, oh, you need this done? I'm your guy.
I'm really good at trying.
I do that with dance. Like I'm pretty confident with that, but you have to be.
Yeah.
Let's find another one.
But I'm not embarrassed about it.
We need
It's
a
just my
good
job.
one. Oh, wow, they left a lot of questions.
I know.
Is that the same person?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a
They left us like a handful of naughty ones, which weren't too naughty, and then clean ones.
What's some of the other clean ones?
If animals could talk, which do you think would be the rudest?
Rhinos.
Me, my
no
first
way,
head,
bro.
my,
Ostrich.
my first thought was cats. Like cats
Yeah,
would be
they're
little.
pricks.
They're little bitches, man. Like 100%.
I don't know, man.
Mine's
I
a
think an
weirdo.
ostrich.
I like him.
They walk away from you like they're too good for you. And their tails all swinging, their butts kissing at you, and they're like, I don't care about you. They do. Suckers. You got a nice cat?
Yeah, she's just a little weirdo.
A lot of them are spazzy.
It's funny. Like she's pretty chill.
I don't know. Let's see.
Probably some bird.
A bird?
An ostrich.
Yeah, that
Ostrich
could be.
would be
I
a
could
good
see
one.
that.
So this one just
Or an
makes
emu.
me think of something funny. What do you think?
Emu.
What do you consider the sexiest animal on the planet?
What?
So this one makes me laugh. I think of a giraffe. And the reason why is because of a Jamie Foxx stand-up. He talks about being in Africa to film the movie Ali. And he was saying, he's like, first time I saw a giraffe in the wild, I got horny. And he's like, those long legs, butt in the air, eyelashes batting at you.
Oh my gosh.
I would say peacock. They're beautiful.
Bro, you know the beautiful ones are the dudes, right?
Are they? Hey.
Cancel. Canceled.
Cancel.
You can't say that now. Cancel.
I think we've set enough on
You
this
can
one.
say what word? Oh, there's a word that came
I
back
didn't hear
that you
anything.
used to not be able to say. Oh, I lost it. But there was a word that was like really like no, and now it's back like it's a normal word in the LGBT. Queer. Queer's back. Queer's back.
It's
That's what
literally in their branding.
right.
Yeah, it's the Q.
So you can say queer?
Yeah, it's in their branding.
Yeah,
it's the Q.
Lesbian.
Does that mean we can play Smear the Queer again?
LG.
It has different
It's a
meaning. It has different meaning today. But
Gross.
You don't want to play that game.
Nope. That's a game for peacocks.
All right, give us a good one, Tony.
looking.
Let's wrap this up like a ding-a-ling.
Heavens, there are so many.
What's the best insult you have ever heard?
Is that one you read on there?
Yeah, just up there.
The best insult? My grandpa used to say I was
Oh, I think
you're worthless as tits on a bowl.
Oh,
Dude, this one is like that.
I thought you were gonna
What an F up. You could dunk that boy in a barrel of tits and he'd come out sucking his thumb.
I thought you were gonna say the one about you were supposed to be in a sock
No,
or
no.
something.
No.
Oh.
No. You should have been in a sock. Should have.
Man. I don't know. There's like fun. These are kind of more like almost get to know you questions that they're just kind of fun, but
You guys got any in the back of your heads?
Not that I can think of.
sorry, I felt like this.
You killed it, Tony. Way
Wow,
to
that
go.
was a long comment, man. No, there's a lot of.
There's a ton on.
There's
here.
yeah.
I think the one thing that kind of bothers me about this whole subreddit is none of these questions are deep at all.
No.
They're all about relationship. That's
Yeah.
it. Like nothing else.
It's because it's the most relatable thing.
What
Yeah, but that's dumb.
It's only dumb because we're all married.
What made you
Exactly.
realize you're getting old?
All the sounds I make just to move around.
Yep. I can't sneak up the stairs in the dark anymore. It's like snap, crackle, pop. I should be going off like a glow stick.
Oh my gosh.
Mine is when I woke up and I couldn't turn my head. Like,
Yep.
because my neck got stiff. I
I think-
what is this?
Morning time's a big one. Like I know if I have to sneeze in the morning, I got to make sure I'm in a good solid position before I let that sneeze out. Otherwise, I'm pulling something.
You're gonna throw out a rib?
Y'all need yoga.
And this is how we're spending the day. Like, I don't consider myself old, but I was like, when I had a kinked neck, I was like, what happened here? Like, what is this?
That or my knee issue, my like tendonitis that I've gotten in my knee from the lack of working out.
Hey, wait. Scroll up, Cam. We'll
got
censor
tendonitis?
the question.
What?
What trick have you learned from film that actually worked?
See, I thought this one was funnier.
What is it?
Guys who pee directly into the center of the toilet bowl and not quietly to the side. What other psychotic things do you do?
Guys who do that don't have their own toilet to clean. Because of the splashes.
That's true.
All right.
All right.
We're calling it.
Call it.
We can't think of any other questions.
That's all we got.
What's our biggest tip?
What is your worst blinded by horniness story of your teenage years?
Yes, there's sauce right there.
Your whole teenage years.
What is your worst blinded by horniness
horniness.
story?
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Do tell. We don't remember her name. Keep going. There's something there.
That's the answer.
I just remember. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Go ahead.
I have a handful of mistakes. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
Blinded by horniness.
Yep.
That's why they call it post-nut clarity.
Pretty much when I was 17 years old.
I just remember.
You might want to expand a little.
I'm not going to expand. There's just some stupid things I did when I was 17 years old.
Do you ever remember getting annoyed?
I would-
like why? Why again? Like, why
What?
can't I stop? Like,
Yeah.
just the hormone rush.
Yep, the
You're like,
hormones.
gosh, dang it. Why?
I still get that. And I say that kind of jokingly, but I'm being 100% serious. It's like there's times it's like, why do I always have to think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
every single night
got a
crawling into
question.
bed, it's like, can I just go to bed? I have to come into bed every night thinking like,
you're
ooh, could
saying
we have
there's
some
a
sex? Yeah. Oh, dude.
Tonight might be the night, boys.
I think that's with any guy, though. I think that's just a common.
I don't think it is, man.
I don't know.
I think it's like 50-50.
I think I have a problem.
Yeah, actually.
I
you
think
know-
I have a problem too. Do you have a voice in the back of your head that's like, yeah, let's do it.
Dude, every
this.
little thing. Like she could, like as funny as it is, it's like if she's wearing those shorts and she bends over to pick up something, it's like, oh, it's happening. It's like she's just picking up the kids' toys, getting ready for
Right?
bed.
Okay, it's like little Nicky on your shoulder or something, right?
Yeah. It's like, hey, just. I was gonna go real naughty.
Go.
It's like she does that, and it's like the little Nicky on your shoulder. It's like, just go put your dick in it. It's just like,
Thank God, I'm not alone.
but it's like I'm not thinking logically because it's like honestly,
It's
what are the
literally-
freaking odds to just walk up and be like, I'm gonna just pull her pants down right here and just go for it? No,
That's
Try it.
Have you not done it?
there's
99 family in the
I was
room.
gonna say 99% of the time there's people around.
Oh, lame.
father-in-law's right there.
I've
Mother-in-law right there.
Well, even in our own house, there's kids that it's like
I've done it in private.
well, in private. You said
saying.
like what I'm talking like right there, like
Oh.
cooking dinner in the kitchen type thing.
Why?
If it's been a while, it'll start like really creeping up, and I'm like, okay, honey, we need to have a talk. This needs to
Naked.
happen. I'm a man, and I have needs.
Is that how you approach it?
I am a man.
No,
I have
Needs.
needs. Not like, you're looking mighty fine tonight, girl.
no, I don't approach it like that.
Look at that.
Okay, that's how do you
Get
approach
that
it?
big butt over here.
I'll try to be flirty. Like I'll just be flirty. I'm like,
Hey,
"Ooh, looking
girl."
good." You know, I'm like, ooh. But I say that. I don't know, man. That's put me on the spot. But
I've honestly, I've told Kara flat out, like, hey, listen, it's been a minute. We got to fix this.
Literally, it's been 60 seconds.
I was gonna say.
It's been a minute.
It is 5 o'clock now, and the last intercourse we had was 4:30. What's going on?
No, I've been straight up honest with her. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's been like a week and a half.
I want
I
you
want-
to
yep.
want me.
Stop
playing that.
And Kara's like, oh, you're right. I didn't notice. Okay.
That's very practical.
I asked
Yeah.
I asked Jenny the other day, I'm like, if I didn't make the move on you and like just legitimately never brought it up, I'm like, how long do you think we would go? And she's like, honestly, a while.
Yep.
Lame.
And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, it's funny.
That hurt your heart. Huh?
oh, it hurts. And
And
I get it because again, it's kind of the man woman thing. It's not her fault, and I missed it. But it's like we've talked about it, and she's told me, she's like, something that I could work on to help get her in the mood is the physical touch throughout the day. Just the hugs, the kisses, the hand holding, just simple affection, physical affection, not groping or being sexual about it.
You animal. That's my move.
Yeah.
And so that's something I'm trying to work on.
See-
but my problem is because where my brain's at, it's like,
Which one?
It's like you're like, it's like,
well, no, it's like I could even do that. It's like give her a nice shoulder rub while she's cooking dinner, give her some loves. But in my head the whole time, it's like, oh yeah, I'm depositing to the bank, like it's happening tonight.
cash out, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Then we go to bed and it's like, what the hell, all that touching for nothing? And it's like, because in her mind,
Touch
it
me
means
back.
like, you've got to show that this is now a thing, not just a one time,
Yeah.
oh, you did it here and
There's
then.
studies on that.
Yeah.
So it's it's physical touch without leading to intimacy. That's a very
And that's where
important thing.
that's what I mean by like I hate that my brain's always there.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. We always joke with Kara's cousin. Her and her husband, they're exact opposites. He's
She's the
like,
one?
she's the one that is all the time like she wants it, and he's like, leave me alone. And so, and we always joke,
Loser.
because me and Kara are like that. And so,
Got a golden goose, sir.
so we've joked before. We're like, man, I wonder what would happen if me and your cousin got married and you got married to her husband, and man, you guys would like have sex never, and
Nothing
we'd be
would
like
get
every
done.
night, and
Nothing will get done.
Twice nightly.
You know, I honestly feel like there's one in every couple.
there is honestly there is.
And if both of your drives line up perfectly, then good for you.
Yep.
I hear a little anger in that comment.
No, I mean,
Good for you.
Good for you.
That's not a marathon.
Gosh.
Fantastic.
You know, way to
Have
throw it in
fun.
my face.
Have fun with pink eye.
That's not a marathon.
you know,
That's
I've said before, I'm like, I wish that like I could come down and she could come up and we could just meet in the middle and at least be the same.
Could
It's like,
come together.
yes, I like it.
Very good choice of words.
Because it's like,
I'm surprised that came out of your mouth.
I'm not asking her to be.
That's what she said.
Like, I'm not asking her to be up here with me because it's like it's
Meet
like
you
almost
halfway.
physically
I don't think
impossible.
anybody could be up there with you.
That's exactly it.
He's running.
Living
running-
on a prayer.
He's running marathons and she's doing virtual marathons.
See, but if I was down here with her, man, I'd get a lot done. Let me just put it that way. I feel like my day would be a lot more focused.
A lot more predictive.
Oh gosh.
All right, guys.
All right.
I think that's it. We're calling it. Thanks again for everyone who contributed, leaving us those Ask Men questions. Oh my gosh, there was something I was going to say here at the end. I don't remember. Oh, we are looking to expand on our memberships. So those of you that have made it this far, clearly you're some of our biggest supporters. What would you guys like to see as a benefit in our membership offering? Let us know down in the comments. Seriously, we're looking to expand. We want to add something that is special.
A little pizzazz.
A little pizzazz. You know, because we're looking to expand and grow and we need more help and we want to provide something back to you guys. So what's our hashtag for the day?
halfway there.
Halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Halfway there.
Halfway there.
I like it.
I like it. Thanks again for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode and we'll see you guys here next time.
Love you guys.
Ciao.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.
Arrivederci.
Thanks for being here, bud.
You really?